Oh yes, Benjamin Franklin. The man who seemed to have a finger in every pie of early America. Statesman, scientist, inventor, printer, and a bona fide Renaissance man. If you think about it, Benjamin Franklin wasn't just a man of his time. He was a man for all time, a man whose vision, wit, and curiosity helped shape the course of history. So sit back and let me take you on a journey through the remarkable life of one of history's most fascinating characters. Born in Boston on January 17, 1706, Benjamin Franklin was the 15th of 17 children. 17! Imagine the bustling, noisy household that shaped young Ben. His father, Josiah, was a candlemaker, a steady but modest trade, while his mother, Abiah, nurtured their enormous family with resilience and care. Franklin's early life was humble, yet even as a boy, his sharp intellect and insatiable curiosity set him apart. By the time he was 12, Benjamin Franklin was apprenticed to his older brother James, a printer. Here, young Franklin discovered a passion for words, ideas, and debate. But Franklin wasn't content to merely print the works of others. At just 16, he adopted the pseudonym Silence Dewgood and began penning witty, satirical essays for his brother's newspaper. These essays captivated readers with their sharp observations of colonial life, and James had no idea they were written by his teenage apprentice brother. Even then, Franklin had a knack for keeping secrets. He famously said, "3 can keep a secret if 2 of them are dead." A bit grim, perhaps, but wise nonetheless. At 17, Franklin ran away to Philadelphia, carrying little more than a few coins and a dream. The bustling city was a melting pot of ideas, commerce, and opportunity, just the place for a young man with ambition. Before long, he had secured work as a printer and began making connections that would propel him towards success. Franklin's relentless work ethic and entrepreneurial spirit led him to publish Poor Richard's Almanac, a wildly popular annual filled with proverbs, humor, and practical wisdom. Gems like "An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure" are still quoted today. Of course, Franklin's contributions extended far beyond printing and publishing. As one of the founding fathers, he helped draft the Declaration of Independence, working alongside visionaries like Thomas Jefferson and John Adams. Franklin's calm demeanor and sharp intellect were instrumental in navigating the heated debates of the Continental Congress. Walter Isaacson writes, "Franklin was the glue that held the room together." At the signing of the Declaration, Franklin quipped, "We must all hang together, or most assuredly, we shall all hang separately." His humor was as sharp as his intellect. And then there's the famous kite experiment. In a daring display of curiosity, Franklin flew a kite during a thunderstorm to prove that lightning was a form of electricity. This experiment led to the invention of the lightning rod, which saved countless lives and buildings from fire. Isaacson notes, Franklin's genius lay in his ability to turn practical observations into transformative innovations. But Franklin's inventive streak didn't stop there. He created bifocal glasses, the Franklin stove, and even a musical instrument called the glass harmonica, which produced ethereal sounds that captivated audiences, including Beethoven and Mozart. It seems there was no limit to his creativity. Benjamin Franklin's charm wasn't just reserved for his inventions. During the American Revolution, he served as an ambassador to France, securing crucial support for the fledgling United States. Franklin's wit, intelligence, and humble demeanor made him a favorite among French nobility. He became a symbol of the New World, often seen wearing a simple fur cap as a nod to his American roots. Franklin's humor extended to his writings too. He once penned an essay titled "Fart Proudly," poking fun at the scientific community's pretensions. Only Franklin could pull that off with such style. In his later years, Franklin remained deeply involved in shaping the nation's future. At 81, he was the oldest delegate at the Constitutional Convention. Despite his age, Franklin's wisdom and humor helped resolve conflicts and forge compromises that became the foundation of the U.S. Constitution. Benjamin Franklin was a man of structure and discipline, with a daily schedule that was as remarkable as his achievements. His day began at 5 a.m., rising with the first light. Franklin used the quiet of the early morning to reflect and plan his day. He asked himself, "What good shall I do this day?" and meticulously filled out his daily planner, guided by his 13 virtues like frugality, humility, and sincerity. After reflection, Franklin would attend to his personal hygiene and breakfast, a simple but thoughtful start to the day. From 8 a.m. to noon, he focused on his work. Whether printing, conducting experiments, or meeting with civic leaders, Franklin dedicated this block of time to meaningful labor. At midday, Franklin paused for lunch and leisure. He often read books or conversed with friends, blending relaxation with intellectual stimulation. Then, from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m., it was back to business. This time might include attending meetings, working on inventions, or engaging in correspondence. Franklin's ability to balance intellectual pursuits with practical endeavors was one of his greatest strengths. Evenings, from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m., were reserved for reflection and social gatherings. Franklin loved lively discussions and often hosted salons at his home. These gatherings brought together the era's brightest minds, blending humor, philosophy, and innovative ideas. At the end of the day, Franklin reviewed his progress. He'd ask himself, "What good have I done today?" A simple but profound question that kept him focused on his goals and virtues. By 10 p.m., he was in bed, ready to rise early and begin anew. His structured routine was not only a testament to his productivity, but also an example of how he lived his values every single day. Beyond his personal schedule, Benjamin Franklin was a tireless advocate for community improvement. In Philadelphia, he founded institutions that we now take for granted, such as the first public library, the first volunteer fire department, and even a public hospital. Franklin believed in the power of collective effort to uplift society, saying, "Without continual growth and progress, such words as improvement, achievement, and success have no meaning." Did Benjamin Franklin drink coffee? Oh, indeed he did. Franklin was a man who enjoyed life's pleasures while still remaining disciplined. In fact, he often mentioned coffee in his letters and writings. While living in London, he frequented coffeehouses, which at the time were vibrant hubs of intellectual debate and business networking. He called coffeehouses centers of debate and wisdom because of the lively political discussions held there. Franklin's love for coffee wasn't just about the drink itself, it was about the atmosphere and camaraderie that came with it. Coffeehouses were places where ideas flowed as freely as the coffee, and Franklin thrived in such environments. Legend has it that Benjamin Franklin even carried coffee beans with him while traveling, ensuring he could brew a fresh cup wherever he went. It's a reminder that even great minds appreciate the small joys in life. Benjamin Franklin wasn't just a thinker and inventor. He was also an active swimmer and a pioneer of water safety. As a young man in Boston, Franklin often swam in the Charles River and became known for his skill and enthusiasm in the water. Franklin even invented a pair of wooden hand paddles to increase his swimming speed, a precursor to modern-day swim fins. His love for swimming was so great that during his time in London, he demonstrated his aquatic abilities in the Thames River, impressing spectators. Franklin's passion for swimming was officially recognized in 1968 when he was inducted into the International Swimming Hall of Fame as an honor pioneer. It's clear that Franklin's talents were quite diverse. Franklin's time in France wasn't all diplomacy and charm. He also brought his scientific mind to Paris, exchanging ideas with European intellectuals and advancing theories about electricity and weather. His presence in Paris was a blend of political strategy and cultural exchange. Isaacson notes, Franklin's appeal lay not just in his intellect, but in his embodiment of the Enlightenment ideals of reason, innovation, and progress. As Franklin's life drew to a close, his legacy was firmly established. His inventions, his writings, his role in founding a nation all continue to influence and inspire us. Franklin once said, "Either write something worth reading or do something worth writing." He, of course, did both. Benjamin Franklin passed away in 1790 at the age of 84, but his spirit endures in every library, lightning rod, and democratic institution he helped create. From his boundless curiosity to his enduring wit, Franklin reminds us of what's possible when imagination and determination come together. Next time you see his face on a $100 bill, remember, he wasn't just a founding father. He was a true original. Thanks for watching, and I look forward to exploring more lost wisdom in the future together. Now, what are you waiting for? Go do that thing you have been putting off. It may be the beginning of something great. As Benjamin Franklin said, "Lost time is never found again."